worked this time. The first time it said, you can't go live. I thought, oh, right, can't I? Okay, I'll not bother then. I'll just try again later. Anyway, here I am. We'll sound like that thing. Here I am, here I am. What was it, that baby shark? Baby shark, do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, second time lucky for me. Let's just drop the camera down a bit. Yeah, hi Esther. Oh, I've got something in my teeth. Got it now. Yeah, I'm doing all right. The garden is improving because I went to the garden centre and I got some more plants. My niece came on Sunday and we went to the garden centre and I got some herbs and I got some plants and my little seeds are still growing. Hi Sophie. Hi Linda. Hi Ethan. Hi everybody. Yeah, so it took me 2 goes to get on. It told me I couldn't go live. I don't know why. It just said you can't go live at this moment. Try again. So I did, and second time was lucky. Yeah, I've watered my little plants. Well, my big plants. And my cheese plant came today. It's only a little baby one. Oh, I've got something stuck on my eyelid. It's only a baby one, but the last one I had started off as a baby and grew to be a tree. So let's hope this one's got potential, yeah. What have I got? Oh, do you know? I can't be glamorous, can I? If I try, there's always something up. Although the postman said, you're looking very nice today. So I'll take that as a compliment. Whether he meant you don't usually look nice, but you know, we will gloss over that bit. I shall take it as a compliment when he said I look nice today. Hi, Ella. Oh, dearie me. Oh, that's nice. Hi, I think it's Munchkin. I've got this stupid thing at the bottom that says activate Windows, go to your setting and activate Windows. And it blocks the last comment on my comments. So I have to wait till somebody else makes a comment till I can see what I think Munchkin's written. I can see M. So I'm presuming it's Munchkin. I could be wrong, of course, but you know, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. It's all right, I'm in a daft mood today. Just ignore me. And I'm only on coffee, I can assure you. Right, what am I doing today? Right, I've got my great big bag of bits with me. My niece, who I didn't think would want one, said, oh, have you got rid of the that big shawl you did in all the colours? Yeah, it is Munchkin, hi. And I said, yeah, why? She said, oh, I liked it. I said, well, I'll make you one. She said, brighter colours the better. So here we go. Brighter colours the better. Here we go again. It's Nancy Norma, yeah. It's an in-joke because I never call her by her right name. I always call her by the wrong name. So now she's adopted the fact that she's called Nancy Norma. Because you know how useless I am with names. By the way, cheers, cheers, it's coffee. Nothing stronger, just coffee. Yeah, I was reading a book today. I wasn't in the mood for doing much gardening, although I had to do a bit. You know, I watered everything and walked my perimeter, you know, just to see that everything was all right. Did I tell you the seagulls have eaten my lettuce? Well, I mean, seagulls. They were only little. But the seagulls ate them. Ate my lettuce. How dare they eat my lettuce? Right, I think we'll have yellow. Looks lemon there, but it's absolutely a really bright, chucky egg yellow. Yeah, I've had a good day. I haven't done much today, but I've had a good day. You don't have to do much to have a good day, do you? You can just be in the house and just have a good day. Yeah, I just had a day reading, really. I'm waiting for the postman to come. He's brought me some different coloured, like, not fairy lights, they're bigger than fairy lights, but they're for the garden, but I'll have to wait while somebody helps me to put them up. And I've also got to put up my solar panel lights as well. But the garden's, well, I'm going to call it a courtyard because it sounds better than my yard, doesn't it? Yeah. So my courtyard's coming together now. It's got some nice plants. I mean, I went to get a cheese plant when I went to the garden centre. They didn't have any. Anyway, my friend's husband bought one, but he paid £40 for it, but it's a big one. So I thought, Janet's got a little bit short on the readies. So I bought one from Amazon that cost me £13. And it arrived today. It's only a baby, but it'll grow. I was getting a bit worried, actually, because it's 10 days. And I thought, oh, when it arrives, the poor little thing's going to be dead. Anyway, it isn't. It was well protected. It come with this massive big box. Oh, God, the cardboard people love me here. I've got cardboard coming out my ears. They only come once a month to collect the cardboard, and I could do with them coming every week, really. Oh, so he come with this huge box. So I opened this up, and it's got this small plant in it, Yeah, I had a good day going to the garden centre. I mean, there were some fantastic things in that garden centre. You know, the ornaments for the garden. I don't mean gardening gnomes. I mean really tasteful, but the price. And the trees and that, 60, 80, £100 for a tree. And my niece is going, no, come away. You're not spending £100 on a tree. Anyway, I managed to get like it's quite a tall tree, actually, but it's very slender at my front door now. I haven't took a picture of that, have I? But it says it goes to 800 metres, it says it grows to. But that's if you put it in the ground. This is in the pot, so it's not going to grow that big. But I wanted a tree for my front door, near the front door. So I did get a tree. But that only cost me £22, not £100 for a fully grown tree. So, as I say, they're all small, but they'll grow, won't they? If I remember, I'll take a picture of my little tree. I did take a picture of my cheese plant. I put it on Facebook. Let me see if you can see my cheese plant. And I did put a video on Facebook about the courtyard, saying how nice it is now. I mean, gladioli are coming up, yeah. They're coming up lovely. I mean, there it is, bless his little heart. It's just a little baby. Little baby cheese plant. But it's cute, isn't it? It's cute. It's going to grow. Yeah, I did put a video up. I'm sure I put it on Facebook. Sure I did. Oh, I treated myself to a box from the Cornish company. But I was a bit disappointed with the pasties, actually, because there were rather a lot of pastry on them. The scones are lovely. You get 2 pasties, you get 4 scones, or scones, if you're posh. You get some jam, some clotted cream, you get tea bags, and you get 2 lots of biscuits. And I got it on a special offer, and I also got 10% off for being my first order. So it didn't cost me £27 like it should have done. It cost me 20, so didn't mind it. And I took that picture, I sent it to Trevor, because when I was out in Cleveland, he was delivering, and I said, Trevor's got a sideline. He's obviously delivering food to the cafes. Yeah. So, see, I've got some of my trees are there, some of my trees. That big tree is the one I've put out at the front garden. It's quite tall, a bit weedy and spindly, but it's quite tall. And those are the rest of me. Oh, gosh, it's gone again. Why does it keep doing that to me? Because I've got a silly phone, that's why. Come on, phone. Do something. Do something. I got those plants and herbs, yeah. There they all are. So, yeah, had a good day. Had a good day. My doggies now. I finished the shawl. I started another one in pale pink. Oh, there's Val. Asking me, am I doing a live? Yes, I am on. No. That's Val. Hopefully she'll come and join us. Yes. Oh, it keeps... I've got sort of slidey pants on, if you know what I mean. And every time I put anything on my knee, it slides off. But, you know, determination, you're going to be summery. The trouble is, you never know what it's going to do. You put summer dress on and then you're freezing, aren't you? But I was very good. I went into the charity shop with my friend and I came out and I bought nothing. Very good. Very good I was. Very restrained. She said, are you not buying anything? I went, well, I've spent my money on the garden. You know, you've only got so much money to play with, let's just say, when you're on a pension, aren't you? You know, so I spent it at the garden centre. So I just thought, no, don't look for any clothes, even if it's in the charity shop. So I didn't. I was very good. And I've been eating out the freezer. Oh, hi, Glenda. Hi, Ella. My mummy knitted me this. I've had it ever since. My mummy made it for me. She was a lovely knitter. Look how neat her knitting is. I wish I was so neat. Oh, you don't want to see me in sync, do you? Let's change it. Oh, that's a bit better. Yeah, my mummy made it for me. I can't get an opportunity to wear it very often because it's got short sleeves. And I don't like my arms getting cold, yeah. In fact, I've put my cardigan on the chair here just in case, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, my mum was such a neat knitter. She really was. I've kept quite a few things. I mean, for a while, they were too small for me because I did put a lot of weight on. If you watch my earlier videos, you will see I had about 4 stone extra on me. That's 4 times 14 pounds if you're in America. So, you know, I was quite a hefty lass. So I'm glad I kept the sweaters my mum made for me because they fit me now. So, yeah, even the postman said I look nice. I don't know whether he was referring to what I was wearing or whether it was me. We'll take it as me, you know, yeah. God. Well, when you get to my age, the compliments are few and far between, so you have to grab them where you can. You know, yeah. If people say you look nice, you go, yeah, thank you very much, yes. I'll drink my coffee while it's warm. So has everybody else had a good day? As I say, I was reading for a lot of the time. Oh, hi, Sean. Hi, Sean. Your grandma knitted sweaters for all of you. My mum, she didn't knit so much for me because, you know, I could knit myself from being an early age. And from being a teenager, I used to knit all my own things. So it was very rare she actually knitted me anything. But later on she did. She knitted me. I've got a couple of cardigans and a couple of sweaters, and I've got a lovely Aran. Oh no, that was my auntie that made me that. I've got a lovely Aran jacket, a long Aran jacket that I really treasure, that my auntie knitted for me. They were beautiful knitters. My mum's sister. All of the girls were beautiful knitters. My tension's a bit raggedy, you know. Oh, I bought myself a new book. I don't know whether you watched Jeanette, is she Crafty Clegs? Oh, stop it. I've unplugged the blooming Alexa because it kept talking to me, telling me that I wasn't plugged in. And now it's still going boing at me. Right, I was watching the Crafty Clegs and she had knitted a gnome. So you know I don't knit, and you know I don't knit toys, but I fancied this. The Gnomes of Grimblewood. Thought they were cute. Hi Nathan. So whether I'll ever knit a gnome, I don't know, but I just fancied knitting a gnome. The one Jeanette did, I think it was, no, it wasn't that one because it was supposed to have the pockets on the beard, but Jeanette put them on at the side. But I quite like that one actually. Yeah, that's the one that Jeanette knitted, but she put the pockets on. She didn't put them on the beard. She put them on the doll, yeah. But whether or not I'll make them, I don't know. You can either make them in 4-ply, which is fingering, or you can make them in double knit. Look at that one. Really cute. Yeah. Yep, so that's what I bought. That reminds me of somebody I know. Yeah. At least it doesn't have to have a face, which is where I fall down. These don't have faces. I mean, there they all are. Look, the gnomes. Cute. Cost me about £11, £12 a book. Wasn't cheap. But never mind, eh? I did get some other books from Awesome Books. I think I've already got that book, actually. Teddy Bear Knits. And then this one, it's a bit beyond me, actually. And for some reason or other, they sent me 2. Cross Stitch for Knitwear, Embroidery and Designs. So I need to find somebody who wants to embroider on knitwear. Yeah. Oh, dear. Yeah, they sent me 2. I don't know why they sent me 2. I don't think they charged me for 2, but they sent me 2. Oh, I've got my glasses on the floor now. Never mind, I don't need them right now. I don't need them to crochet with. So what have we all been doing? As I say, I have been. It was last Sunday, I think my niece came. Yeah, it was after I spoke to you. Last Sunday. My niece came, took me to the garden centre, did my hair roots, and helped me change my bed. Yeah. I've done most of it, but I do wrangle with that duvet cover. Oof. Yeah. It's been raining all week. Oh no, we've had gorgeous weather. It's going to change. It's bound to change. It's been absolutely glorious. It was a bit chilly one day, though. I had to put my coat on, I must admit. But the rest of the time I've been in a summer dress or my summer pants, yeah. Hi, Val. Supposed to be sunny next week. I hope so. I hope it's going to be sunny here. Yeah, I had problems with it at first, Val. I couldn't get on at first. It told me that I couldn't go live. So I had to try it again. Yeah. I don't know why it told me I couldn't go live. It's happened to me once before that. And I had to wait about 10 or 15 minutes last time. But this time it just let me go live the second time I tried it. Yeah. Yeah, I was ready and waiting about 5 to 9, Val, but it just wouldn't let me on. It said, go away. Why? It said, go away. You don't want to do embroidery on wool, do you, Val? He sent me 2 books. Oh, dear. I don't even know if I'll do it once, let alone 2 books. Well, never mind. Yeah, I'm doing my niece's. She wanted it bright colours. Do you think that's bright enough for her? But the trouble is I'm wearing slippy pants and it keeps sliding off my knee. I don't know what the material is. It's like shiny stuff. The summer pants. And yeah, I've been on since about 5 past, something like that. So I don't know why you didn't get me before, Val. I think it was about 5 past, 10 past that I came on. Yeah. Yeah, I went to the garden centre last week, Val, and I got some lovely plants. And I got a cheese plant in today. Cheese plant. It's only a baby, but it's going to grow. And my friend gave me some bluebell bulbs, but I don't think I can plant them until later in the year. I think you plant them about September, so I'll leave them in the paper bag for now. There's no point planting them if they're not going to come up, is there? I might as well save them and plant them later on. Am I putting... Oh, I can't read the rest of it. Oh, eyelash yarn. Probably not in this one. I don't think my niece is into eyelash. She just said brighter colours, the brighter the better. So that's what I'm doing. The brighter the better. It's going to have purple around the outside of it. I wish it would stay on my knee. It's sliding off my knee. Crochet booming. When I was on the CB radio, there was well, he was a teenager, I suppose. And I don't know why, but he had the nickname Moomin. Wasn't his name, obviously. And it even wasn't even his handle on the CB radio. But everybody used to call him Moomin. I have no idea why. Oh, dear. Man, everybody had strange nicknames, didn't they? If you've ever been on the CB radio, everybody has a nickname. My friend who now lives in Spain was Pommy Streaker. Why Pommy Streaker? Because he definitely wasn't Australian. And I don't think I won't put it past him to be a streaker. He was that kind of lad, you know. You bet him to do anything and he'd do it, yeah. I can remember when I had a shop on Moston Lane in Moston, and I could hear all this commotion outside, this way. So I went to the door to have a look, and this lad went streaking past just wearing a big pair of boots. That's all he had on. Whoa, whoa. I wasn't expecting that when I went to the front door. Oh, I lost touch with him a long time ago. Nancy Norma. He was only a teenager when I knew him. He's grown up now. Probably in his 50s now, I would imagine. Anybody want a crochet moomin pattern from Nancy Norma? No, I'll have a job making these gnomes. The only reason I picked this was I liked the one that Jeanette had made, and then I thought, it doesn't have a face. I'm all right with things that don't have faces. So I thought, yeah, I might make one of them. I really want to do an emotional chicken, yeah. Oh, I've not been there. It's supposed to be really good ice cream, isn't it? It's a very, when I say notorious, that sounds bad, doesn't it? Well-known ice cream parlour in Blackpool. I won't say notorious because that makes it sound a bit salubrious, doesn't it? Yeah. I had ice cream, but it was sadly only ice cream from the supermarket. I just fancied something, so I opened a tin of peaches. I must put them on my list, for my shopping list. I haven't been shopping this week. Does anybody else hate food shopping? I really loathe food shopping. I didn't mind so much when I had a car. But now I've only got my scooter and I'm limited to like 2 bags is all I can carry. Well, 1 bag and a little bag. You're kind of conscious that you can't buy too much because it's got to fit in 1 bag and a small bag that fits in the backpack of the scooter. So it kind of takes out the joy of shopping. And I don't like online shopping because I spend far too much. I buy too much, so I finish up throwing it away. I think I buy like I'm a family of 4 when I do online shopping. And I get to the end and it's about 70, 80 pounds. And I'm like, what? You know, what have you just bought, Janet? You're on your own. So I tend to just make myself a list and try to stick to what I just really want, yeah. So I've been eating out of because I spent so much at the garden centre, I've actually been eating out the freezer this week. And I've just popped to the local corner shop for some bread and bits and pieces. So I didn't go, and I haven't been today, and I doubt I'll go tomorrow. I don't know. I just don't like shopping. I might call in Iceland when I've been to the library on Monday. Although I'll be on my small scooter, so maybe not. Maybe not. Oh dear. You're limited, really. You've either got to get your big scooter out and go all the way up the seafront, or go on the tram on your little scooter, and then that means you can't carry anything. So maybe I won't go to Iceland on Monday. Maybe not. If I can last till Thursday, because I go out Thursday on the big scooter. I'm planning my week ahead. Are you with me? Planning my week. I've got food in. I'm not foodless, if you know what I mean. And I can always just pop for a loaf to the corner shop, yeah. Well, it's not on a corner. It's, you know what I mean. Oh, thank you. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, by the way, yeah, I've only got 16 thumbs up and there's 32 people in the room. So there's a little bit lacking somewhere. Wish I wouldn't pull faces because YouTube always picks them for a thumbnail. You know, me going, You know, it might attract people that like gurning, you know. So anyway, I don't know what everybody else has been doing. I've not been doing an awful lot. I won't tell me. Oh, right, shush phone. My Crojo's not disappeared, but it's just not kind of around. Oh, I need my scissors. They're over there. I can see them. I can see them. I don't know why I don't reach my scissors before I start. Because obviously if you're doing a row of each colour, you're going to need scissors, aren't you? But I don't think that far ahead. I'm not the last of the great thinkers. Do, 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 do. Doodly doo doo. Yeah, you would have been proud of me. I went to the charity shop and didn't buy a thing. Admittedly, I didn't look properly. If I'd have looked, I did look at the maxi dresses, but they didn't have anything. A, there was only one thing that was my size, and B, I didn't like it. So I really wasn't tempted. Right, I've done the yellow. I've done the chucky egg yellow around the end, and now I need to find a pair of scissors. I can see them. They're up on the window bottom. Oh, excuse me. Oh, if you want to know where my slippy pants are, oh God, if I could show you. Which is why I'm wearing gold. I can't move. Why can I not move? Oh, I can't show you my trousers. I can't get far enough back to show you my trousers. I'll cock a leg up, if you excuse the expression. Yeah, they're that colour. Which is why I'm wearing gold, because it's navy blue and gold. but they're slippy. And my crochet keeps falling off my knee. Right, let me get my scissors. Oh, snippety, snippety, snip. Oh. Right, what colour shall we have next? Let's have a little dig in my... Have a little dig in my bag. See what colour goes next. What colour will clash with yellow? Tra-la-la, la-la-la-la. Right, so let me have a look. What colour can I have next? I've got a big bag here with all the oddments in. I could do blue, I suppose. I should have had a darker blue, but I don't. Lilac. I could have lilac next. Lilac. Doesn't look very lilac, does it? Looks very white. It is lilac, though. Lilac. Oh, why did I have to wear slidey pants? Because it's summer and I wanted to wear a pair of summer trousers. Ooh. Hi, Nathan. And how's Nathan? What are you doing today, dear? We were discussing emotional crocheted chickens the other day, me and Nathan. I really want to do one. Again, Davina has been doing one. Well, she's done a few, actually. I think she's done about 3 or 4, Davina. I'm quite envious of her crocheted chickens, so. But when you're not on the ball with your crochet, you know. I've not stopped crocheting and I've still got my Crojo. It's just slow Crojo, yeah. Can't seem to find the time. I'm always out. And when I do sit down, I tend to nod off. I sat in the conservatory. I've got a very tiny conservatory, but it's very, very warm. So I was reading in the conservatory, and the next thing I knew was the Amazon man was ringing me doorbell, waking me up. I must have had a good hour. Gone. That's the trouble when you get nice and warm. You tend to nod off, don't you? And I can be watching something on the television, and it's not that it's boring. It can be a very interesting program, but gone. I miss more programs than Soft Mick. I tried to find them on catch up afterwards, you know. What have I missed? I've been asleep. And it's not that I'm not sleepy when I get in bed, because I am sleeping when I get in bed, yeah. Yes. Well, and thank you to the people who have bought me a coffee on Ko-fi. Very much appreciated. Thank you. When I get my printer working, I'm thinking of putting some of my crochet things on Ko-fi, on their webpage, but I can't get my printer to work. I keep forgetting to ring up. There's a guy that lives not far from here that says he does computer repairs. So I'm sure he'd be able to link my computer to my printer. The printer's working, the computer's working, but the two aren't talking to each other. So until I do that, I can't print labels out, you know, postage labels, which is holding me back from, you know, sending anything off, really. You know, if you can't print a label out, you can't send it, can you? Well, I can't anyway. Because I'm not doing this drag and drop thing, because I haven't got, I think I've told you before, my phone doesn't work with those square box things, you know, when you're supposed to click them. My phone doesn't recognise them, it won't do it. So I can't go to these boxes where you're supposed to click and the box, you know, the box opens and you put it in. I can't do that because I haven't got a phone that works like that. So I have to use the post office. Which means it's quite a journey actually to the post office. I was better when I lived before. Where I lived before was better because they had a hole in the wall at the post office. Whereas here, you've got to go in the post. All the hole in the walls are closing, and I do like a bit of cash. I really do. You know, when you go certain places like the market wants cash, and when I go across the road to buy some plants, they want cash. So you do need cash, and when you can't get to a hole in the wall, I mean, I went to the Premier shop on the main road, and it cost me £1.75 to get my money out of there. They charge you that. Lanny Fleetwood Market costs you £2 to draw any money out there. It's a bit much, isn't it? You're drawing your own money out. Still, never mind. They keep trying to make us all contactless. I don't know what your opinion is about that, but I like cash. You know where you are when you're spending cash. It's far too easy to, like my niece, bing with a watch, bing. You know, you can't keep track of what you're actually spending the same. You know, whereas when you've got cash in your purse and you spent it, don't you? It's like the good old days when you used to get your housekeeping money. Well, I did anyway. I knew it had to spin out for the rest of the week. You know, if it got to the end of the week, it'd be egg and chips, you know, because I'd run out of money. Or a cheese and onion pie or something like that. But you knew where you were then. And if you had anything left over, it was great because it meant that the week after you could get something better. You could treat yourself to a chicken or a piece of steak or something. You knew where you were then, back then. Everybody had cash. Mind you, we used to buy day to day back then because when I was first married, I had a fridge, but it wasn't working very well and it was not a very big fridge and it certainly didn't have a freezer. So luckily, when I had the shops, my shop was in a row of shops and of course there was everything I needed there. There was a greengrocer's, there was a butcher's, there was a fishmonger. So you could decide what you wanted for your tea and just go to the shop and get it all. I can remember when Irene was small, the first Asda opened, and it was in a warehouse. It wasn't, in a shop. And it was the first time I'd ever been in a big supermarket. And it was actually in an old mill. And it was really rough and ready. It wasn't like Asda is now. And it was such an experience, going in this massive shop with everything there. Never seen anything like it, We'd only had the co-op before, the little shops. Never had a big shop like that before. But nowadays, you take it for granted, don't you, that all the supermarkets... Mind you, I'm annoyed because Marks and Spencer's is closing in Cleveland. It's a little shop. And they're opening a big one, but miles away from where I can go. It's all right if you've got a car. Yeah. You watch the Blitz. Oh, God, yeah. I don't remember the Blitz, obviously, just born at the end of it. But I do remember, the rationing, and there were still air raid shelters and everything, yeah. Oh God, ice creams, yeah. You're lucky if you can get one for 50p. My dad used to convert it back. And he used to go into the co-op and he'd come back and he'd go, 7 and 6pence for this packet of biscuits. It's ridiculous. I mean, we lost out with decimalisation. Everything went up. I mean, they got rid of the farthings, then they got rid of the eightpennies, and now they don't want to use your pennies, do they? They round everything up. It tickles me when they say 1.99. Why don't they just say it's £2 now? Done. You know, it's supposed to think that £1.99 is cheaper than £2. It's a con, innit? Yeah. You see the £1, you don't see the 2. You don't think 1.99 is £2. Yeah. I watch a lady. She's modern, but her house is kind of old-fashioned, and she sort of lives part of her life as if she's in the 1940s. I think it's called the Little Doll's House or something. Oh, I still call it a pound. I don't understand. It's all con on, isn't it? You go into the supermarket and you're trying to decide which is the cheapest between 2 bottles of something, shampoo, you know, whatever. One's in millilitres, one's in cc's, they do it so you can't compare. You know, you don't know whether you're getting value for your money or not because you can't. When things were in pounds and ounces, you would pick up a bottle and it would say so many fluid ounces. Yeah. So you'd pick up the next bottle and it was so many fluid ounces. You knew how much a fluid ounce it was. You can't go by the size of the bottle because they kid you, don't they? They get shapy bottles, don't they? That don't hold as much. It makes you look like you've got a big bottle when you don't, yeah? But I can never compare because, like, you look at shampoo and some cc, some millilitres. So how do you know you're getting good value for money or what? This is where they con us. They really con us. It's all a marketing ploy, isn't it? I want to know how much everything is an ounce. I don't care about millilitres and I don't work in centimetres. I don't know whether anybody else does. I do not. I work in inches. When they tell me, I'm looking at something online and it said it's so many centimetres tall, I have to get my tape measure and turn it over to see how many inches is so many centimetres because it doesn't commute. If you tell me 5 inches, I know what 5 inches looks like, yeah? But if you tell me like 20 centimetres, 25 centimetres, I haven't got a clue. If it's small, tall, or what. I wasn't brought up with it. And I don't want to be brought up with it. Yeah, it cost my dad a fortune when we went decimalisation. He had to buy a new till. And we had 3 shops, so we had to buy 3 new tills because we couldn't use the old tills because they were pounds, shillings and pence. They don't think about that sort of thing when it's a small shop that you have to change to decimal currency. You know, it cost my dad a fortune for 3 new tills. But I tell you, we lost out with decimalisation, well style, everything went up money-wise. You know, nothing was like your 5p. There was nothing that was 2.5 pence anymore. They'd round it up to 3p. So you were paying more, weren't you? Oh. Well, I mean, I don't order off Temu, but if you do, you have to really watch it on Temu because they say so many centimetres. When it comes, it's about yay big, and you're expecting something about that big. You have to watch them. Everything's tiny on there. I've only bought things that like boxes and stuff. When they come, they're like miniature. They're like for a doll's house. And you're like, I'm sure I looked at the sizes when I was ordering them. But they try to force you all. I mean, I hate, like, you go into Marks and Spencer's and everything's in centimetres. And I'm like, well, I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's going to fit me because I don't know what my waist is in centimetres. Probably horrified me if I knew. It's bad enough saying your waist is so many inches, but when they say it's like 900 centimetres, you're like, am I that fat, you know? I haven't got a clue if I go in Marks's. Not that we've got a Marks and Spencer's. Well, we have one, but it only sells food. You have to go to Blackpool, which I never do. Don't like Blackpool, hate it like a passion. I'd rather get the train and go to Manchester. I know where I am in Manchester. I know what I can buy and where clothes are, where things are. One of these days I shall get on the train, I shall go to Manchester and have a day looking round the shops. Not that I would buy much, but I used to do that. About once a month I used to go to Manchester and have a good look round all the shops. Very seldom did I buy anything, but then I would always pop into Marks and Spencer's food hall on the way home and buy us something nice for tea. Oh, and I would always treat myself to my lunch out. There used to be a lovely little cafe before the bombing, of course, you know. There was a lovely cafe in the Royal Exchange that I used to go to. And I used to have prawn sandwiches and they were beautiful. Then, of course, the bomb happened and everything changed. Hey, I mean, everybody said, oh, well, Manchester did improve after that. Yeah, it got redone and rejigged. So I suppose, yes, technically it did improve a bit, but I would have rather have. Oh, the bomb, it was an IRA bomb. It went off near Marks and Spencer's. It blew Marks and Spencer's to bits. Royal Exchange, part of the Arndale Centre. It's going back a long time ago. I heard it where I lived in Prestwich, and that was, what, a good few miles away. It went with such a whoosh. They put it in a van and they parked the van outside of Marks and Spencer's, and it went with such a wallop. It was awful. I don't know whether anybody was killed. There was quite a few people injured, but I'm not sure if anybody was killed. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm sure if you Google it, I can't remember if anybody died. I know a lot of people were injured. Right, what colour shall I do next? What colour shall I do next? No, I've got orange. I've got white, I've got pink. I'm a bit limited with my colours here, actually. I've got lots of colours, but they're all the same colours. Maybe I shall stick some purple. You're not at home, you're not, Enid. You out and about. Shall I do purple? I've got a lot of purple. I could probably do a shawl with that purple. Right, have another look, Janet, in your little bag. Oh, now I've dropped the bag. You're on your phone? Oh, okay. It's good if I'm not on my phone. It runs out of puff. My phone. I think I need a new phone. Oh, God, that's awful. We have a lot of that in Fleetwood. There's a few dogs involved in Fleetwood that are just feral and causing a lot of problems that owners just don't bother. Right, let's have a look. What you got next, Janet? Yeah, have that purple instead. Well, when I had Gigi, if you remember, Gigi got mauled by a staffy. He was in a right mess. He had his leg attacked and all his innards were hanging out, poor little sausage. He was really traumatised. I don't know whether you all remember that. It's years ago. I mean, poor bless him, he's been gone for years, but yeah, this staffy just come flying out of a garden and grabbed him, and Gigi was so tiny, you know, and it was shaking him like that. Can you not sue the bloke whose dog it was that? Oh, do you not have? Can you not report them? Because we have like dog control over here that you can report them to for having a dog loose. Yeah, they shouldn't have dogs loose. There's a lot of loose dogs like in Fleetwood that aren't controlled. Every week I'm reading about some poor little dog that's been mauled by somebody's dog. We couldn't get any, well, it wasn't me, the owners of Gigi couldn't get any money off this bloke. The police went round and everything and he just denied it all. And so they had to pay for all of Gigi's, troubles. It was weeks before he was right. Yeah, I know how it is. It's awful. I mean, Gigi was with his dog walker and she was trying her hardest to get this dog to let go of Gigi. I mean, she had my Buster with her, but Buster, she just let go of Buster's lead and he ran all the way home. I wondered why he'd come home on his own. But she just, was too busy, with Gigi to keep her eye on Buster, yeah. But like I said, Buster just shot off and fortunately he didn't get involved with this other dog. He just ran home. Otherwise, I could have been paying vet bills for Buster as well. I mean, fortunately, Gigi was insured, but that's not the point. Well, the police wouldn't do anything about him. He just denied all knowledge of him, and the dog wasn't there when they went there. Apparently, it was his friend's dog. But I dribbled my coffee down me. My son phoned me today. I could hear Rosie barking in the background. I went, "That's Rosie." He went, "Yeah, that's right. That's Rosie." It's all right if they'll pay, Enid, but if they wriggle out of it, or disappear or something. Yeah, my cat, when he was caught between two Alsatians, would you believe, and they were using him like, it was awful. He had his jaw broke. He was, oh God, he was ripped to bits. He survived, which, we didn't think he would. That cost an awful lot of money because he wasn't insured. Hi, June. It's not a cardigan, June. It's a sweater my mummy made for me. A short sleeve sweater. You've eaten half a block of chocolate. I went to have my bloods done. Apparently, I'm not anemic anymore, which is are you feeling less tired? No, I'm feeling worse actually. But they snook up on me and they said, "Oh, you need your HB1C doing," and I'm like, "Oh," because I've been very naughty. Yeah. Yes, my mum. She was a lovely knitter, June. She was a lovely, neat knitter. I haven't been able to wear it for a long time because I put a load of weight on. But I can get back in it again now. And I could actually wear it because it's short-sleeved weather today. So I could actually wear it. And I've got a stomachache from eating something or other. I don't know what I've been eating. But I've got a stomachache. Oh, oh. I think you're going to have to talk amongst yourselves for a moment. I won't be long. I will be back. Oh. Oh, dear, dear. Sorry about that. When you have to go, you have to go. Oh. Oh, dear. Something set my IBS off then. And I had to go, what am I doing? I've thrown my glasses on the floor now. I've thrown my scissors. I hope I don't have to do another dash. If I do, you'll have to excuse me. Oh. Yeah, I'm not anemic, but I'm still tired. Still tired. It won't last long, Val. I'll be anemic next time they test me. It could have been the ice cream, but I've had ice cream before and it's not affected me. I'm just trying to think back what I've eaten. Yeah, it's close by. I don't have to walk the whole length of the hall like I used to at the other house. I've only got to go next door now. No, my IBS has no rhyme or reason. We were talking about that the other day because I got stomach pains after I'd been out the other day. And we were trying to say, keep a diary of what you eat. I've done that. I've kept diaries over the years and there isn't a trigger. There just isn't a trigger. One day it's one thing, next day it's something else. But all I know is when I have to go, I have to go. So hopefully I won't have to go again. My friends are used to me. I go, I think I've got to go. They go, okay. Hey ho. No, I've gone cold. I've gone shivery now. Oh, dear. These shawls are great, but they're so wide. You know, you've got like such a long piece to crochet across. It's almost like crocheting the dreaded blankets, which I hate doing. But I finished the virus shawl off. Well, I finished it last week, didn't I? Apart from sewing it up. And I started another one in pale pink when I was at Knit Club on Wednesday. Started another one. But then I started this because my niece came on Sunday and asked me for one of these. And I'm like, I didn't think she would want one, you know. I didn't think it would be her scene at all. She said, no, I want one. She very seldom asks me for anything. So when she does, I oblige. Because she's very good with me. As you know, she takes me places and comes down and does little jobs for me, like changing my bed for me. Oh, Alice isn't well. Alice is our 92-year-old that goes to Knit Club. Not that she knits much these days, but she just likes the company and comes along, you know. She's not seriously poorly, or you mean she just wasn't feeling very well? I don't know when I'm going to be able to get back, Val. It's a bit daunting, you know, going all that way. It's not as if I can get the tram, because I've got to travel to get the tram, and then travel when I get off the tram. It's times like this you wish you hadn't moved so far, but hey ho, I did, and that was it. I mean, my niece was sitting in the garden the other day, the back garden, back courtyard, and she said, you've done it again, haven't you? She said, you've got yourself a sun trap. It's just as my other house used to be. The sun's on the back in the morning and up till lunchtime, and then, well, up to about 2 o'clock actually, and then it goes over to the front. So the back garden, when it's sunny, it's absolutely glorious. It's a real sun trap. She got pressure in her head. Well, that's not good, is it? Well, you mean like a headache or more? Will she go to the doctor or will she not, knowing Alice? I still haven't put my knitting machine together yet, Val. I've been too busy in the garden. I thought, well, I can do the knitting machine when it's raining, can't I? Yeah, I'm near the club. I mean, it's not so bad for the library because the library's in the morning, well, lunchtime. So I can go down and get the tram and I get off at the library, at Fleetwood Library. That's not too bad. But with it being Wednesday night, it's kind of more awkward. You know, I mean, I want to come back, Val, but it's just awkward for me. You know, if the tram was closer, it wouldn't be as bad, but it's not. On my little scooter, it takes me about 10 or 15 minutes to get down to the tram. And then when I get off, I'd have another 10-minute ride to get to Larcombe, yeah. It's a pity because I really used to enjoy going, Val, as you know. But I don't know whether I'm going to be coming back. That's the trouble. I might come back once in a while, you know, get a taxi instead. When I win the lottery, of course, you know. I will have a taxi everywhere I go. I had a taxi the other day to the GP surgery. I couldn't face it. But it cost me £22. Oh, Lindsay was there. I saw Lindsay's dog on Facebook. Well, one of the dogs, I should say. Cute little dogs. I mean, I love dogs. It's just I can't look after one. I can't walk one and I can't look after it. So it isn't fair. One of my other friends, she's works a lot with the cat's protection. She's been saying, well, get a cat then. I said, oh no. You'll probably get run over around here. My next door neighbour had a bump in his car. I didn't hear it or see it, but my next door neighbour the other way did. She said, did you not hear that big bang the other day? I went, no. Maybe I wasn't home. Apparently he was either reversing in his drive or reversing out of his drive and he got hit by a van. So he's got a courtesy car. Hi, Connie. I'm not so bad. How's everybody else? Oh, when I win the lottery, yeah, of course. I will have a big house when I win the lottery, yeah. Of course, I'll have a gardener, yeah. I don't know about a butler, but... Oh, parakeets are noisy, though. They're very noisy, aren't they, parakeets? Right, let me see another colour now. I've done purple. What colour else shall I do? How about a blue? Maybe I'll do blue next. I'm trying to sort of, you know, rotate the colours. Well, that one's blue, but it goes into grey, so I don't think I want that one. I could do grey if I wound the blue off. Let's wind the blue off. I know I get tempted when I see little cats and dogs that want a home, you know, the ones that they have all these, you know, their owners passed away and all this. And I think, oh, then I think, no, Janet, no, you don't want one. You do not want another dog. You can't look after it. You can't. I mean, I'm out so much anyway. It's not fair. Poor little beggar being on its own all the time. I mean, when I had Buster, I didn't go to any knit clubs or anything. You know, so I was in, 95% of the time with Buster unless I went shopping or I had a hospital appointment or something. So, Buster was hardly ever left on his own. Probably as well because he used to whine. I used to hear him when I was coming down the street. I think he was part husky. And I used to think, oh, my poor neighbours. But luckily, my neighbour that was adjoining, she was never home. She was out all day, so if Buster was howling, she wouldn't have... Why did I decide to wind this blue off here when I'm getting myself in a knot? I had yarn bath, didn't I, last week, and now I've got yarn bath. Oh, hello, Chris. Hello there. I was honoured I had a phone call from Trevor. He's doing all right. What am I doing, Janet? What are you doing? What are you doing, girl? You're getting in a right knot again. Every time I think it's a good idea to do something, will you tell me it's not? There was grey underneath this blue. So I wanted the grey. So I wound the blue off. And now I've got grey, and now I've got stomachache again. Yeah, cat and parakeets is not a good mix, is it really? Oh. I'm making a shawl for my niece. It's one of those brightly coloured granny square ones. Granny stitch, I should say, not granny square. She amazed me by asking me for one. So it's very, very bright. Mother's Day in America. Yeah, we've had ours, yeah. Oh dear. I've got stomachache again. got my heat pad. Let's see if that helps. Hey. Oh, this is going to be a good evening with the hostess missing most of the time. Oh dear. Oh. Yeah, I can't feed the birds around here because all we have is seagulls. And they're a nuisance. I tell you, the birds have ate me lettuce. I mean, they were only baby lettuce, but I came back from knit club and they were gone. My daughter-in-law used to feed the birds at the other house until we got the dogs, because the dogs started eating the overspill and then the squirrels started coming. So it drove the dogs crazy when the squirrels came. So I don't feed the birds here. The guy at the bottom garden, he's got a phobia about the seagulls. He hates them. And the guy next door to me, he hates them because every time he cleans his car, they come and poo all over it. So I need to clean my house windows because they blooming pooed all down my window. At the front, at the back, and at the side. All of my windows are decorated. I think I need to get a hose pipe because my son had left me with the brush that attaches to a hose pipe that he used to clean the windows with when we were at the other house. But I haven't got the hose pipe, that you put on to the brush. It's like a long handle brush that you clean the windows with. So maybe I'll order a hose pipe. Tuppence a bag, you feed the birds. What was that, Mary Poppins? Was it Mary Poppins? It was in another film as well, Mary Poppins, wasn't it? Where the woman was feeding the birds. It wasn't just Mary Poppins. Was it Home Alone or something? Where there was a woman in the park feeding the birds. That's telling me my heat pad is finished. Well, I think the grey's going to go nice with this. Not that my niece will. Yeah, was it Home Alone? I thought it was. Because it was some actress, wasn't it? Yeah. I don't like mice and rats in the fact that they move so quick. That's the reason why I don't like spiders. It's not that I don't like them. It's when they scutter along so fast. That's what gets me. When we had a mouse when we first went to Fleetwood, it used to scare me because it was only me that saw it, and it was only my rooms it used to go in. It used to go in my bedroom and it used to go in the lounge, and I'm like, I don't like it. And we had Poppy at the time. Poppy used to be like going under the sofa trying to find it. Oh, I don't know about that one, Mimi. Anybody know which movie it was? Oh, I won't want to feed alligators. Yeah. No, thank you. There was a pub in Chadderton that used to have baby alligators, but they stopped. The RSPCA stopped them having them because people were feeding them crisps and everything, and they said it was cruel, so they made them stop having the alligators. They were only babies. They were tiny little things. Crocodiles are alligators. But it was like a kind of a, what do you call it, like a draw. People went to the pub to see these alligators, yeah. but they were only about that big. But still, but like you said, people used to feed them crisps and everything, and so the RSPCA stepped in and said it was being cruel. Yeah. Oh, I've put that on my back. It's nice. My back's been hurting today, and I don't know why, because I've not done anything. But I haven't had my glucosamine for 2 days. It tastes awful and it repeats back on me. So that's why I don't like taking the glucosamine. I don't know why it has to taste so vile. What am I doing with this? I've not seen that movie, Chris. I've not seen it. Oh, the other week I was having a Westlife Boys Own, Boys to Men day. Eason, you like my photograph? Thank you, Eason. Oh, yeah, I've had to disconnect me. The Alexa. Apparently it was still linked to my son's in Spain for some stupid reason. So he disconnected it from, now it's not working. I'll have to get my friend to come and help me to set it up. I'm no good at setting things up. My doorbell needs recharging and I can't even take it off the wall. I need her husband to come up and put my lights up. I've got some multicoloured fairy lights for the back garden. Well, they're not fairy lights, they're bigger than that. I think they're either solar panelled or the battery, I can't remember. But I've got some solar panel lights as well to put in the backyard, courtyard, whatever you want to call it. I'm a bit useless at putting things onto fencing. So I'm hoping that somebody will help me. It's supposed to unscrew somewhere with a tiny screwdriver, and I'm like, do I have a tiny screwdriver? I mean, I watched my son, he used to just lift it off, but maybe he didn't screw it up. But my friend's husband put this on the wall for me, so maybe she put it up properly and he screwed it on. So I've tried lifting it off like I watched my son do, and it won't do it. Yeah, there's two. Yeah, I probably haven't got a tiny screwdriver. I probably have to order one. I used to have a set of, the tiny screwdrivers that, like watch repair screwdrivers, but of course, like most things, they've disappeared over time. I don't have them now. Yeah, it's times like this I wish I had a man about the place. Not for anything else, Chris. Just DIY. I mean, my friend did come and put me curtain rod up for, but I mean, I can't keep mithering him saying, excuse me, but can you come and put the lights up for me? Yeah, they're on the underside, I believe, yeah. I'll have to try and have a look. I don't know any women except oldie golden oldies. I don't know anybody of, you know. That's Shan, she's younger. Oh God, yeah, I will definitely lose screws, yeah. I've got a screw loose anyway. The remote control for my little scooter fell apart the other day. And I put my hand in my pocket yesterday and there's a teeny weeny weeny little screw. And I thought that must have come out of this remote control. Luckily, it works on the scooter. I press a button on the scooter. You're supposed to press a button on this remote control, but it's not working. Probably needs a new battery or something or other. When it fell apart anyway, it's in two pieces now. So it's stuck up with sellotape, so it won't work now. Oh dear. It's another job. My doorbell camera is a pain in the neck because it only points at my next door neighbour. It doesn't point down the drive where I want it to point. Yeah. Yeah, I was hoping my friend might come today and help me with my Alexa. And then I could get her husband to unscrew the doorbell for me. I've got no chance then because I've got no coordination with my fingers. Little things like that, I can't cope. You going to bed? You've been working hard today. You're going to charge your doorbell camera. What have you been doing, Valby, as you've been working hard? You've not been in your granddaughter's garden, have you? Oh, I can't keep this thing a minute. Oh, you've been emptying the loft. I've not been in this loft. I hope there's nothing in there. I can't get up there anyway. So I'm hoping somebody's emptied this loft before I moved in. You know, I can't go up there. If anybody nice, able-bodied comes, I'm going to say, can you stick your head up in the loft and make sure it's empty? Could be anything up there, couldn't there? Why have I got black bits in this grey? You have to go to the tip, yeah. My niece took my curtains to the charity shop. I've no room to store anything. Yeah, there might be spiders up in my loft. I don't know what there is. I'm just hoping there's nothing up there. You know, you might find the odd Christmas tree or something. That's what people usually leave behind, isn't it? In the loft, they usually leave a Christmas tree. I'm certainly not going having a look. I'll break my neck. We have got a long pair of ladders. I obviously am not going up them, but if anybody comes that's able-bodied, I'll say, do you mind having a poke in your head up there? Good night, Val. Well, in Fleetwood, one young woman found, how can I put it, one of the boat people coming down her stairs, and it turned out that they'd knocked a hole in her loft from next door and had been coming in the house. Yeah. No, this guy wasn't living in the loft, but he was coming through from next door and coming into her bathroom and everything. Terrified the life out of her. He was coming down the stairs and out the front door. Apparently she won't go back in that house now. I don't blame her. I mean, he could have come in when she was in bed. She lived on her own, a young lass, you know. You don't know, do you? It's a bit scary. I mean, obviously she had it blocked up again, but even so, she didn't want to live in that house anymore. I don't blame her. My cousin almost got put in prison because he was laying in bed and this pair of legs came down through the loft thing. So he got hold of this pair of legs and dragged them down. And it was like a bloke who was trying to burgle or whatever. So my cousin, you know, obviously knocked 7 bells out of him, chased him down the road, and he got done for assault. He said to the police, what am I supposed to do? Invite him down for a coffee? He said, when you're laying in bed, he said, and this strange pair of legs comes down out your loft thing, he said, you don't exactly feel very sociable, you know. Yeah, he got done for assault. I thought it was protecting your property myself, but I don't know what I'd have done if a pair of legs came down. There's probably nothing in this loft because he was an old guy lived here. He was 92. So I wouldn't imagine he'd been up into the loft. But it would be interesting to know if there's anything up there. Right, what colour shall I do next? Oh. Yeah. Yeah, can you unscrew the doorbell and put my lights up before you go? Right, what colour shall I have next? I would have liked a deeper blue, but I don't appear to have any oddments in blue. And I haven't got any green. I'm running out of colours in bigger amounts, you know. Your internet's acting up. Mine isn't, thank goodness, touch wood. Oh, I'm looking for a different colour. Everything that's nice and bright is tiny balls and it's not enough to go across the whole row. That's the trouble when you get wider. It takes more yarn. So you get left with little balls that aren't enough to go across. Oh, Janet, have another look. What have you got in this bag? No, you've just got purple. Oh, you've got red. You could do red. I just would have liked a nice deep blue, but I don't have any. Well, I do in this. Probably in the, I keep saying in the shed. In the garage I probably do, but I ain't going out this time of night because there's no light. I haven't been back in the garage. I need to go back in and sort it out. I've got about 4 boxes to unpack, and all my crochet garments to unpack as well. But I just haven't been back, you know. I like a nice day to do it, but when it's nice and sunny, then I don't want to go in the garage, if you know what I mean. I'd rather just sit in the garden and faff about. Or sit in the porch, sit in the conservatory. It's lovely and warm in there, I tell you. That's probably why I nod off. I like to read in there. It's very peaceful. I finished reading a book today. I read a good one the other day. It was actually fiction, but it was like based on truth, really. It's about how during the war, the brides that were getting married had to get married in just an ordinary dress because you couldn't get the material to do wedding dresses. And this group of sewer ladies were getting wedding dresses off people and revamping them, you know, old-fashioned wedding dresses, and redoing them. And then they were sewing them out of parachute silk and all sorts, so that brides could actually, because, you know, everything was on a coupon back in the day. Elon's spying on his Starlink. Oh, you're going to go, right? See you later, Mimi. Sorry you're having internet trouble. Well, if Elon was spying on me, then he'd be very bored. Hello, Trevor. Hello, my darling. Hello. Everybody say hello to Trevor. You're not out delivering then. You're not out delivering on your wagon. When I was out in Cleveland the other day, there was a wagon delivering supplies to the cafe across the road, and it said Trevor's across the back. So I took a photograph and I said, "Is this your sideline, Trevor?" He's got a day job. Oh, dear, dear. Tra-la-la. I'm doing red now. Well, my niece said she wanted it bright coloured, so she's getting it bright coloured. I like doing these shawls, but they do take a lot of doing because they're so wide. It's like doing blankets. But they're nice when they're done. Then I'll get back to making some shawls for the old people's home. I've started another one, a pale pink one. Doing the virus shawl again. Yeah, I didn't know them. I don't know whether you know them, Chris. I probably saw them on your lives if they were on your lives with you. When you did do lives. Hint, hint, Trevor. I know you used to have 2 ladies on there, yeah. And you used to have a young man as well, didn't you? See, I'm bad at remembering names. I never remember names. I probably did see them, Trev, but I'm hopeless. What are you doing these days, Trev? Are you still doing your resin, or have you gone on to your something different? I think you were doing 5D printing, were you? Are you still doing your resin? What are you up to these days? We like to know, don't we? Because we're nosy. We are nosy. Nosy posies, that's what we are. That's the only trouble, Chris, when we know, like crafters are selling things. If you're in America, we can't buy it over here. And if you're in, if you're in England, we can't buy American. If you're American, you can't buy English. Yeah? Oh, I'm no good with cross stitch. Tell me about it. I can't hold the needle and I can't see the holes. So I'm no good at cross stitch. Absolutely useless. And as for diamond painting, I'd have them all over the floor. I'd spill them all. I'd knock them flying or something. There'd be little things. I'd have to hoover them up. I've only ever bought one cross stitch. I never finished it. And it was only a little thing. It was only a robin on a Christmas card, and I never finished that. So I've got no chance with anything larger. No chance. I'm just rubbish at crafting. All I do really is knit and crochet. I wish I had another craft that I like to do. I used to like doing jigsaws, but with having the bad back and neck, I can't bend over. You know, when you bend over the table, like to put the pieces in. You know, I can't do that anymore. It would hurt my neck. So I wish I had another craft, really, that I like doing. I mean, I bought that gnome book, but I don't know whether I'll make any gnomes. Yeah, but I mean, sometimes I'd like something different to do. You know, when I go off my knitting or off my crocheting, I'd just like something else to do besides just read, you know. I wish I could embroider or do something else, but I'm just not in the mood for doing it. I can't hold, like I said, can't hold the needles. Oh, God, I've got my heat pad, my stomach's hurting today. Oh. Oh. It's made me go shivery as well. Oh. As I say, it's my IBS. Just my cross I have to bear. Oh. Oh, I'm not much good at that. I can sew a seam, but I wouldn't be able to make any clothes or anything like that. I used to do years ago when I was young and clothes were a bit more like shift dresses, you know, not very involved. I was watching Stitched by Mrs. D, and she would made a 70s kind of dress for her daughter. And I'm looking at it thinking, I used to make them just like that. They're dead easy to make, you know. There's not much shaping. Oh, I've lost my crochet up now. Not much shaping to them. But of course, I had the figure back then. I didn't have all the lumps and bumps now, you know, like like I would have if I wore a dress like that. Plus, now, of course, I don't wear mini dresses anymore. Wrong age group. I've got a knitting machine now, Trevor, that I've been given, but I haven't put it together yet. But I'm going to do that in its winter months, you know, when you can't go outside and it be sunny. I'm saving the knitting machine for them. I've set it up in the second bedroom, which is now like my craft room. So, oh God. Oh, I wish my stomach ache could go away. Oh. Yeah, so I got inherited a load of machine cones as well. I managed to get rid of some of them on other people, but I've still got a pile of them. Yeah. I sold my knitting machines to come here. My son made me sell them. He said he didn't, but he did. Anyway, one of the ladies at Knit Club said, did anybody want this knitting machine? So I said, yes, I do. So it's beautiful. It's got its own case and everything. It looks like a piano. And I had another knitting machine given me, but it wanted cleaning and sorting out. So I gave that to Val, who's just disappeared. Val's had that because she's more used to knitting machines than I am, and she can clean it all up and get it working again. But this one's working. It just wants putting together. Yeah, I had 2 knitting machines that I had to sell. When I came here, I had a chunky one, you know, that knits chunky stuff. I might get another one of those when I get round to it. And I've got 2 of the Addies, you know, the circular knitting machines, but they only like American yarn. They don't really like English yarn. So I've got the 2 Addies. I've got a little Addie and a big Addie. But now I've got my craft room, I can set them up. It's setting them up's half the battle. You know, putting them away and pulling them out. And like the sewing machine's out now as well, because that's in the craft room. You tend to do more if the actual machines are there, set up and ready. When you have to set them up and put them together, and you know, it's half a day job doing that, and you think, no, I can't be bothered after that. But if it's actually set up and ready and there, all you have to do is get your wool and set off. But I'm saving that like for winter months when it's raining and cold and that. And then I can go in my little craft room and knit to my little heart's content. Because I've got plenty of yarn, that's for sure. I've got a blinking garage full of the stuff. So I shall be knitting on that. Oh, hello, Linda. I'd forgot you were there. You're that quiet. Have you decided to unravel your cardigan? She's knitting a cardigan and it's not giving her any joy. So she was going to unravel it and make a hexagon cardigan with it. I watched Passionate Kelsey, and she's been doing them all sizes and stuff. So she can put a pattern out, I think. But I mean, there's millions of patterns. I don't know why she wants to do a pattern. But she appeals to the younger ones, so she probably will, you know, make a fortune selling the patterns. You know, it's like the younger ones think they invent everything, don't they? Nighty nighty, Linda. Nighty night's gone quick to me. Maybe probably because half the time I've been in the bathroom. Oh dear. What am I going to do tomorrow? I think I should do some cleaning, actually. I should do some hoovering. And I should clean the windows because they're full of bird poop. But really, I should order a hose pipe first, and then I could get the windows clean. Otherwise, it's going to be a bucket job, isn't it? I was nodding. I was in the conservatory. I was just dozing when you rang me. I fall asleep when I'm in the conservatory, when I'm reading. I start off reading and then my eyes start to flutter and I'm gone. I was asleep this afternoon. It was the Amazon man woke me up. Yeah. He was delivering me plant. Oh no, he wasn't delivering me plant. He was delivering me book. That's right. The Royal Mail delivered me plant. I bought a baby cheese plant. It's in the window in the front. If it grows like my other one does, it'll be a tree before long. I had to get rid of the other one because it was too big. It went all the way up all across the bay and then down the other side. Everybody said, we know it's your house because you've got a tree in the window. I said, I haven't got a tree. But it was blocking the light. It was so big. My friends just bought one, but it's huge. It cost them £40. Mine didn't. Mine's only a baby. What a weird noise. Some weird noises. I've got Mum's money tree, which I've still managed to keep alive. I killed the other one. I inherited 2 plants from my mum's house when she passed away. One I've still managed to, it's not doing that clever, but I managed to keep it alive. But the other one, sadly, I killed it. I'm not very good with plants. But I was with that cheese plant. I don't know why. That cheese plant, it thrived. It thrived on neglect, actually, because I used to forget to water it. So, oh, hang on. Oh. Oh, you unravelled your handbag project. Yeah, I'm not very good with plants. I really am not. My little greenhouse, my little seedlings are never going any bigger than that. I haven't got to the stage where I can transplant any of them because none of them are big enough. I transplanted my lettuce, but as I say, the seagulls got them. Well, I presume it was seagulls. It was something. I don't think it was cats. I came home from knit club and the soil was all over the floor. And I thought, what? I went and looked and my little lettuce were gone. They were only little. So my other lettuce, I've transplanted them into little bigger pots now, but they're still only about that big. Be a long time before I'll be eating anything from my projects. You've ordered some yarn from Wool Warehouse, you naughty, naughty girl. I thought you'd won some yarn. Or was that baby yarn? I'm rewinding a ball of wool if you wonder what I'm doing. My hands are going round and round. I haven't got any hexes, have I? I think I got rid of my hex. Oh no, I've got one. I've got one. I've got the white one that I wore when I met you. Good evening, Shad. I've got my elephant on today. Look, elephant. It's wooden. Everything else is wooden, but for some reason or other, I don't know whether they are. I think the elephant's plastic for some reason, even though the rest of the necklace is all wooden. Maybe it's just polished wood. Maybe I'm wrong. I like elephants. They had a lovely, lovely elephant in the charity shop, but it was about £30, even in the charity shop, so I had to leave him there. I thought, no, Janet, you do not need an elephant for £30. But elephants are my thing. Oh, I've lost my white. There it is. It could be resin. It could. It feels more plasticky than, which I'm surprised at really, because the rest of the necklace is wood. But it doesn't feel like wood unless it's polished, with a shellac or something on top of it. Hello, Lydia. Yeah, my friend bought a jumper actually. She must have not noticed because it had a hole in it when she got home. She should have took it back, but she won't. It looked like the coat hanger had made a hole on the shoulder. She didn't notice it when she bought it, yeah. I said, can you not repair it? But she hasn't answered me. I mean, I'd repair it. I'd stick a motif or something on it. But she said it's on the shoulder, so it would look daft. I'd repair it in some way. Because it was, I think she said it was merino or something. I'd have a go at doing something, even if I've only darned it and wore it underneath something. Oh dear. It's 13 degrees here. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. Oh, I'm settled in lovely. Yeah, doing well. I'm trying to get my backyard or my courtyard, I've decided to call it. I've been getting a load of plants to put them in because there's no grass or soil or anything. 55. Oh, that's quite warm for England. It was warmer today. I've got a lovely sun-trapped garden. Well, backyard, courtyard. I can't call it a garden because it's got no plants, grass or anything. But I'm getting there. I've got plants and trees. I've got a tree by the front door now, a little baby tree. Hi, Jane. Oof. Not cold enough to keep the riffraff out. No, the riffraff live over here, love. Not where I am, of course. I've gone to the posh end. Yeah, they sorted the scooter out. It was a fault with the scooter, would you believe? They'd put the chassis together wrong on the whole of the bunch of... It wasn't just my scooter, it was everyone. And it was something to do with the tracking. It was the front rods weren't on right, so the tyres were wearing because they weren't straight. They weren't tracked, yeah. Oh, you got the nutters on the bus, did you? I get them all the time. They follow me, they find me. I think I wear a sign on my head saying nutters welcome. Wherever I go, wherever I sit, I get the nutter on the bus, yeah. I get them on the tram, I get them everywhere. My ex-husband used to say, you smile at them, you look welcoming, that's why they come and talk to you. Yeah, we've got a lot of weird, not so much just here, but although, you know, the town, I think I told you the town drunks adopted me. He calls me Queen. He was going to the shop for a can at 7 o'clock the other morning. He's regularly, you know, he sort of hangs onto my railings at the front like for support. And the other day he actually did a little dance for me, which was rather sweet. He was holding onto the railings at the time. I haven't seen him today, actually. Hope he's all right. Yeah, he doesn't buy like 6-pack. He just buys 1 can at a time. Whether that's his way of limiting it, I don't know. But he walks up to the shop and gets 1 can. Unless it's about 9 or 10 o'clock, because I presume the shop closes about then, and then he'll go past with a bag with a few cans in. That must be his supplies for the night, yeah. Oh, the homeless. Oh, I won't go into Blackpool because they're always there. The panhandlers are there. You know, they're in door holes with their duvets and stuff. And I'm, you know, being on my own on a little folding scooter, I'm very vulnerable. I'm low down, you know. So they sort of loom over you. So I won't go. I won't go in on my own to Blackpool. I'm like, no, not going. You know, people say, oh, you're in Blackpool all the time. I'm like, no, I've been twice. I usually go through it to go to Blackpool Hospital. He probably did live there, Lydia. You probably haven't noticed it. If you walk up the high street in Fleetwood, all you can smell is weed. It's like Cannabis City. Cleveland's is like the OAP situation. They come on buses here, you know, to spend the holidays. The bus pulled up, we were in the cafe. And all these old dears got off and all these walkers and stuff came out. And I'm like, oh dear. Hi Anna, how you doing? Yeah, I'm not so bad, not so bad. We keep going, don't we, you know? We have to, don't we? There's no alternative really, is there? Keep going, you fool, keep going. I'm trying to make plans for tomorrow and I know I won't do them. You know, I go to bed with these high ideas like, hey Denise, I have these high ideas of what I'm going to do. I plan my Sunday out, you know, and I don't do any of it. Don't do any of it. I get up and I think, nah. Yeah, that's probably why it's called the high street, yeah. Everybody's eyes are kite, yeah. I'm making a, my niece wanted a shawl, the brighter the better. So it's bright. So that's what I'm making for her. The brighter the better. That's what she said. So that's what she's getting. She very rarely asks me for anything. So yeah, got quite a few plants. My niece took me to the garden centre, well, two garden centres on Sunday. So I came back with quite a few plants, yeah. And then I've got the park across the way. There's a men's shed in there where I get some cheaper plants, yeah. So, oh, you're back home now, Enid, yeah. Yeah, I'm getting there because it was very bleak before. It was just paved, wasn't it? I'm calling it a courtyard now, Denise, trying to make it sound posh. Once my little seedlings grow, I'll be having more plants, won't I? I'll have more flowers. But they're too small to be let out alone at the moment. Enid was out before, so she's got back home now, Chris. I don't know where she was, but she was out. She had to go to an event. That sounds very posh, very posh. My events usually involve medicals. When I say I'm going out, it's usually the hospital, the doctors. Yeah, the seagull ate my lettuce, I tell you. I'm not putting them out. I'm letting them grow a bit bigger. I put them out too soon, you see. Oh, poor little sausage. I'm not surprised you've got an headache. I'd have an headache if anything like that happened to mine. Well, if I had a dog. Richie, oh dear. I've gone chilly. All of a sudden, I've gone all shivery. Ooh, I've got my cardi. I can put my cardi on. I can't make my mind up whether I'm hungry or whether I've got indigestion. Yeah, drinking water's supposed to be good. Oh, I'm sat on my cardi. I've suddenly gone shivery. I usually go shivery when the sun goes down. Oh, yeah, it's Enid. Yes, Enid is itching for stitching. Where's my cardigan? Why have I got myself in a knot? Oh, I've got it twisted, that's why. Yeah, never cast a clout. You never know whether to put your thermal vest on, do you, or what to put on. I think my cardigan's twisted somehow. Oh, that's better. A bit warmer now. Oh, God, I've still got stomachache. Oh. I've got my heat pad on my stomach and I can't feel it. That's how bad it is. Oh, the little heat pad. I don't like tea, that's the trouble. Oh. Yeah, no, don't cast a clout till May is out. I always thought it was the month. Oh. Quite like peppermint tea. I might get some peppermint tea. I only like that. Is it Twinings or whatever? You know, the peppermint infusion. I bought some once that was peppermint tea and it was proper tea. Oh, that was horrible. Yeah, cast a clout. That means don't take anything off. Don't cast any clout is clothes. So in other words, you know, you're not supposed to take your winter things off until May is out. Don't cast a clout till May is out. Yeah. Peppermint schnapps. Well, I haven't got any of that, but yeah, I've got. I bought some mint, a mint plant, when I was at the garden centre, so I could put some mint leaves in hot water. I've done that before. I used to like peppermint cordial, but it's so hard to get hold of these days. Hi, Suzanne. I think it was Roses or something that used to do peppermint cordial, but nobody has it. I've got, well, the doctor used to give it me. He hasn't given it me for a while. Gaviscon. Great big bottle of it. I haven't got any yogurt at the moment. I haven't been shopping. I shall have a swig of my Gaviscon. Mm. My doctor hasn't given me any for a bit. Luckily, I've got a few in. Got a couple in. But he's took it off my repeats. Repeat prescription, he's took it off. I need to have words with him. Yeah, well, I've got hiatus hernia, yeah. I've got one of them. My mum used to love ginger. She used to chomp it, and I'm like, oh. No, I've always got a stomach. I've had stomach issues for years. Can't find out what triggers it. I used to keep a diary, and there was no rhyme or reason. It just comes up out of the middle of nowhere. Oh, sciatica's fun, yeah. I've got pain in the side of my back. Yeah, I just love it. Would you like one of my cocodamol? They don't do a thing for me, but they might do something for you. That's all they'll give me. They won't give me anything stronger. Yeah, it's fun having hiatus hernia. Or an IBS, yeah. Sometimes that works, but sometimes it doesn't. Oh, my friend used to call hers a baldy spot. She had like a growth thing taken off the top of her head. And she used to be paranoid. She used to say, "Can you see my wee baldy spot?" And I used to say, "No." She'd be combing it over and spraying it with lacquer. Oh, you should have a French bulldog. Nathan will tell you about that. I do not miss Trixie and her farting. Oh, dear Lord, she can clear a room. Nathan's got a French bulldog. He knows what I'm talking about. They are the fartiest dog on the planet. And she's no shame. She'll just come right up to you and stick a bum in your face. No shame. She doesn't even try to do it surreptitiously. Oh, well, must have had something wrong with it. It has red eyes. Yeah, they can clear a room, can't they? They're evil. I mean, my Buster used to, break wind and it wasn't nice, but I thought that was bad. But this little bulldog, oh dear me. Yeah, well, they're sort of same family pugs, aren't they? And French bulldogs are similar. Oh, she might have been small, but my God. But it's the way they look at you. They go, and then they look at you as if, say, did you do that? You know. Buster used to always look surprised, like, oh, where did that come from? Like, what's that mean? Yeah. Silent, yeah. Honestly, she was terrible. She's, yeah, Buster used to sort of look surprised, like, was that, from my bottom? Are you sure it wasn't you? Sue used to laugh. She used to say, "Why does Buster always have to point his bottom at me?" I said, "Because he likes you." She said, "You always get his head." She said, "I always get his bum." And he used to sit on the sofa between us. Oh, Sue, she's fine. I still talk to her all the time on the phone. It's just that I haven't actually physically seen her for a long, long time. Yeah. In fact, I've got some books in the garage for her when I see her next, but I keep hoping she'll come down to see me one day, but so far she hasn't. Because I've got no chance of getting up to see her now. Because I've got no transport, yeah. Oh, chihuahuas do bark, yeah. Little Gigi, you remember Gigi? Gigi used to bark his little head off. He was very protective of me. I mean, the tiny size he was a little tiny thing. But I tell you, if anybody had come near me, he'd have bitten their hand off. He was very protective of me. Tickled me when we used to have, we had 2 Rottweilers and we had the bull boxer. He was a mixture of a staffy and a boxer. And Gigi used to rule the roost. Yeah, he was the boss, absolutely, of these big dogs. And Gigi's owner used to say to me, is he all right with the big dogs? I said, big dogs are scared of him. I said, he's the one who bosses them about. Because he was frightened that the big dogs would either bite him or eat him or something. And I went, not a chance. I said, Gigi rules the roost. He tells them off. Yeah, they think they're big dogs, Chihuahuas. They don't have a size complex. They think they're big. Our friend, she thinks she's big. She goes and tackles anything. You got a pug and a puggle. What's a puggle? Mixture of a pugger and a what? Oh, pug and beagle. That's the only time I've ever been bitten was with a Chihuahua. Not my Chihuahua. Well, it was a lady in the shop, and I went like that to point something out to her, and I didn't realise she had a Chihuahua inside her coat. And as I went like that past her, this little Chihuahua latched onto my finger. Well, my friend had what was it? A corgi, I think. And it got an Alsatian pregnant. We said, how the heck did that happen? I said, the Alsatian must have laid down. You wouldn't think that. Because they never bothered, when the Alsatian came in season, they didn't bother. Because he thought, no way. No way can a corgi. But it did. Got the dog pregnant. But as my old cat. My old cat was deaf and he used to lie in the middle of the road. And luckily, people coming down the street knew he was there because he was white and he was deaf. And they used to say, your Ollie's in the middle of the road again. I used to have to go and lift him out the road because he wouldn't shift. I used to be more bothered, like, something like the Amazon van coming down and mowing him over. I mean, all the locals knew him. They used to say, your Ollie's in the road again. He used to sunbathe, lay flat out in the middle of the road. And he got most indignant if you picked him up and put him on the pavement. Very indignant he was. As I say, he was completely deaf at the end. White cats often are. You can hear anything gurgling, it's my stomach. It's making very, very loud noises. Well, I've done quite a bit on her shawl. I like doing things like this when I'm at knit club, but I can't really because you have to take so many odd balls with you when you go. So I tend to take the virus shawl with me when I go there. When I'm talking to people, I can get quite a few rows done. I think I've got, hang on a minute, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm on my 10th row since I started. I like this stitch because you don't have to think, because you're putting your trebles, or if you're in America double, you're putting them in the hole. So you just have to feel, where the hole is with your finger. That sounds nice, doesn't it? The hole in your crochet. You don't have to look for a stitch like you do with normal crochet. I think that's why people like granny stitch, because they don't have to think. My friend's just done the pirate, the rum wench, yeah. Yeah, when she keeps saying tighter than a, yeah. I wonder if she'll change the name of her boat from HMS Grumpy. Got an itchy nose. They're not used, well, we're not really, I've never found them, GSDs, to be particularly aggressive. Unless they're guard dogs, of course. Yeah. Did you notice how much she's selling her other boat for? 6,969. Somebody said you had to do that, didn't you, Heidi? You couldn't say 70. Yeah, Heidi's Rum Wench is up for sale, yeah. She's got a new boat called HMS Grumpy at the moment, but she's got to change its name. Well, the Rum Wench used to be called something like Angela or something before she changed its name. Hi, Yolanda. I mean, you couldn't imagine her on a boat called Angela, could you? Well, I couldn't live on a cruise ship all the time. That's on my bucket list. I would like to go on a cruise, yeah. No, I don't know whether she'll change the name of it, because, I mean, you can't change the Rum Wench, because, well, I suppose whoever buys it can change its name, because she changed its name, didn't she, to the Rum Wench. Can you imagine anybody who buys it as they're going down the canal, they'll be going, hi, Heidi. Oh, you're not Heidi. Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to the guy who does my scooter, and they run cruises, like for OAPs, yeah. And he was saying it was cheaper than a nursing home. Because you've got a doctor on board, haven't you? Yeah, it's cheaper than some of the nursing homes. Some of the nursing homes are really extortionate. All right, Anna. Nice to see you, love, yeah. Well, she's done very well, though, with a Rum Wench, hasn't she? She's just had it all blacked, hasn't she? She's had it out of the water and done. English people would still be speaking. I don't think we ever spoke French in the first place. Oh, thank you, Anna. I think he's wrong there. I don't think we ever spoke French. I know that donkeys years ago were joined to another, the water's gone in between, hasn't it now? The pieces of land were joined together years. And I mean, I'm not talking years ago, I'm talking donkeys. Yeah, she found it was too heavy for her as she's getting older. She wanted something smaller and easier to handle, I think. That looks like a big boat, the one that mindful narrowboat has got, the Alice Grace. That looks like a very big boat. It's really lovely inside, isn't it? Really nicely set out inside. I don't know. I've never heard of that before, Enid. Never heard of people speaking French. That's something I have never been taught in my history lessons. Yeah, the pigeon, yeah. There was a homing pigeon with its band on. And it found another pigeon and decided not to bother you. It's not something I've ever been taught in history. I don't know where you've got that from. I thought we were all Anglo-Saxon. I didn't think French ever came into it with England. I might be wrong, but I didn't think that happened. William the Conqueror and all of that. There's no French ones there. You must be going a hell of a way back there. Yeah, Chris, if it's on the internet, it must be true. Yeah, we know that. No, it's not something I was ever taught at school when we did history, quite a way back. So I don't remember anybody being French. It's renowned the English hate the French. We hate them. They don't like us either. Now, if I had a boat when I was younger, it would have had to be a yacht. Not on the canal, it would have to be an ocean-going yacht. We nearly bought one once. My ex wanted to sell the house and buy an ocean-going yacht, but our Ian was at school. So I said, don't be daft. What we got to do with Ian? Well, even with my mum, I don't think so. The only boat we ever owned was a topper. It's a bit like a windsurfer, only bigger. You sit in it, not on it. That's the only thing we ever afforded. My DNA, I'm from a part Kurdistan, wherever Kurdistan is. I'm only a few percent, but where the heck is Kurdistan? I mean, I'm part Scandinavian and Swedish, but we know that's from the Vikings, isn't it? And the majority of me is Scottish and Irish. But this Kurdistan bit, I don't know where that's come from. I could have understood French or what do you call it, Normandy. I could have understood because that's where we were supposed to have come from, according to rumours in our family, that we came from Normandy. It's next to Pakistan. So where the heck am I Kurdistan? Definitely not Pakistani, am I? Well, my keyboard is American, would you believe? It doesn't have a pound sign on it. It's got a dollar sign on it, but it's not got a pound sign. My son bought it me because I needed a new keyboard. But it was supposed to be a British one. I don't know whether Kurdistan's near Afghanistan. I don't know how the heck I'm a few percent Kurdistan. Where the heck that come from? Oh, those safeties. Oh, God, the scissors from Temu, the ones that wouldn't cut wool, remember? Last week I said, They were kitchen scissors, would you believe? They wouldn't cut anything. You could never cut your finger with them. You could give them to a kid. You might poke their eye out with them, but they'd never cut the finger. Or like the nail files I got. I got some nail files from Temu. When I went across my nail with them, all the gritty fell off. And they were just blank. And I only used them once on my nails and there's nothing left. There's no gritty bit left on them. That was Temu. Everything I bought from Temu near enough finished up in the bin. My mate thinks it's wonderful. She's always ordering stuff from there. Oh, this is wonderful. This is Temu and all that. I'm like, sorry, mate. They wanted me to do a review. They wanted me to order some stuff for them and they were going to pay me to do it. I said, no, thank you. I turned it down. My mate said, you turned it down, a load of free stuff. I said, what do I want? A pile of for? I said I would have given them a review and they wouldn't have liked it. Oh, I've not done one of them. Not even for Nathan. I don't do tiki-toki. I'm not going to dance and do silly things and have my lips Botox to whatever it is they do with it. Filler. It was over there, our local shop had it on. She must have been about 50 or 60 if she were a day, and I thought, oh, you look so stupid. What made it worse was she had like glitter lipstick on. And I'm like, you look a bit of a whatnot. I've never used OnlyFans. Oh, yeah. I don't think I get many fans, do you? Oh, dear. That's scraping the bottom of the barrel, isn't it? It's one stage up from Ladies of the Night, isn't it? Well, they're going to look awful when they get my age, aren't they? When all the lips have deflated and they're all puckered up and weird. Ooh. I mean, we all know what happens when anything's been inflated and it's like a balloon when you let the air out, isn't it? It's what are they going to look like when they're my age? Oh, they might make millions, but to me, it's like one stage above being a lady of the night. Hello, Shell. I'm not so bad. Got my IBS kicking my butt today, but apart from that, I'm all right. Not fresh about that, isn't it? I've got my hot pad on my stomach. Do. I'll have to warm it up again before I go in bed. Oh. Well, it's like that over here. Hairdressers and nail salons offering these injections. They're not the proper stuff because they're not licensed for it. A nail salon advertising Botox? No, thank you. I don't think I'll bother. You've got to be licensed, yeah. You know, everybody said to me, "Oh, you're on Mounjaro, you'll be losing loads of weight." I went, "No, because I'm not on it for dieting. I'm on it for blood sugars." I'm not on the dosage that you have to keep upping it, apparently. I'm not on it for that. Oh, it's stupid. Going to Turkey. When I went to Turkey, my mate had to go to hospital when we were there, and honestly, I expected Florence Nightingale to come round the corner in this hospital. It was that old-fashioned and old. And I'm like, and you're going to Turkey to have operations? I seen the hospital. It was terrible. They definitely have no standard of hygiene over there. Why would you want a butt lift? And oh, God, no. No, nobody's mucking about with my body, thank you. I'll leave it as it is. Old and wrinkly. I keep saying, I never get around to it anymore, Shell. I never get around to it. Besides which, I wasn't getting paid. And I know it sounds peevish, but when you sit there day after day making videos and you don't get paid, you know, you're thinking, and I haven't done the tax. Oh, it's a nightmare, this blooming tax thing now. They've moved the payments to Ireland, and Ireland has a different tax situation than the England, and people who know what they're doing can't get any money. Maybe I'll try to fill in my tax form one more time. You don't get paid if you don't get the views and you don't get the recognition. And if people don't give you thumbs up and people don't make comments, your video doesn't go sort of out to everybody else because you don't get the views. So if you don't get the views and you don't have the subscribers, you don't get paid. I used to get £60 about every 3 or 4 months. That's all I used to get. And I used to make videos practically every day. But unless you're one of the big boys that gets loads and loads of views and your subscribers grow and, you know, that's it. Yeah, I've not done anything since about last October. I mean, first of all, it was my camera, then it was the internet, and then I was moving house. And I've just lost the incentive. If I was getting loads of money, it might be an incentive to make them, but I just felt like I was doing them every single day and giving over an hour or two of my time every single day, trying to think of things to say to people and never getting paid. And then I look at people and they're getting like 300, 400 a month, and I'm like, I was getting what? Maybe £10 a month or £15 a month if I was lucky. And they only pay you when you get to £60. And then they're taking tax off me, which I can't claim back because it's in Ireland now. And it's just a load of faffing. It's a lot of work for no recompense. The people who make it pay work really hard at it. They put videos out every day, and they have things to talk about, things to show. You know, I don't buy the magazines anymore. I don't buy the books anymore, and I don't buy wool anymore. So I just feel like I've got nothing to talk about. Yeah. I mean, I've got 7,500 subscribers, Enid, but I still don't get any money. You know, if people are not watching you in droves, I mean, I've got my subscribers and they're very loyal and I'm very grateful to them. But because you don't get all the big views, you know, you don't get paid. I mean, I don't get paid for doing these lives. I get nothing for doing the lives at all. I haven't been paid, like I said, since October. October was the last time I got paid. So I just lost interest. I know it sounds like you're being mercenary, but I just lost interest. There's no incentive for me to make them anymore. You know, if I fill in my forms, I might fill in my tax forms, and I've never made shorts. I don't watch them. They annoy me intensely. I know people say, oh, you should make shorts. They drag people to your channel. They just bug the heck out of me. I don't want a 2-3 minute. Well, that's all I was doing. I've been to Knit Club today. That's all I was doing. And giving you little anecdotes about what was happening and things, yeah. Oh, you've got to have clickbait titles, you know, that drag people in. When you start watching the video, you know, it's nothing like, you know, they'll say like, I have given up this, and then you read, you know, well, they haven't done anything. It's all clickbait to get you to watch their videos and stuff. Whereas I'm just didn't have any titles that were clickbait, you know. Obviously nobody clicked on mine, yeah. And I mean, my subscribers were very, very loyal, but they've never promoted me, or they never, I used to mention other people's channels on mine and say, oh, I've been watching so and such a body and that. They never did it back for me. They never promoted me at all or mentioned me, And I used to think, well, obviously, not. If somebody kept mentioning me, I would at least have done the honours back and mentioned them because they were mentioning me, but nah. Nobody ever did. So I gave up. Whether I'll ever go back to it, I don't know. My camera's not charging up properly. Sean sent me one and I haven't even charged that one up. My main problem was the fact with my internet was I'm on a different provider now. But my camera won't charge. And it's nothing to do with getting a new charger or anything. It's the inside of my camera that's loose. Yeah. So I have to stand there holding it like that. I've tried sellotaping it. I've tried duct taping it. I've tried all things. It's the inside bit that's wiggling. Yeah. Yeah, I have adverts on here and it's all because I haven't filled in this tax form, apparently. They sent me another one the other day saying that they'd taken £43 off me when I'd only earned 100 and something. My subscribers probably would love a video, but I'm just not in the mood, Nathan. Just not in the mood. I have to want to do it, and if you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it, yeah. I'm lazy, I suppose. I can't charge my camera up. I'm getting fed up. I'd have to sit there for an hour holding onto the camera, My son bought me a new camera, but I can't get it to go onto my computer. I can't get it to transmit. Oh. It looked like exactly the same camera as the one I have, but it's not. I don't know how to do the videos, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I got a bit that way. I got sick of doing the videos. As I say, it sounds very mercenary, doesn't it, when you say you don't get paid, but you just, I don't know. I've not ordered any wool for a long, long time. I won't order off Ice or Hobby or anywhere because I know I'd have to pay tax and stuff on it. The last time I ordered I wanted to order something from Ice. I put it in my basket and it came to, I think it was about £18. And by the time I got to the pay thing, it was £42. And I thought, no, the wool I was ordering wasn't worth £42, So I didn't bother, yeah. No, if I went on OnlyFans, what would I do? I'm certainly not taking any clothes off. Yeah, I could do the dance of the fans, couldn't I? Oh dear, can you imagine me oh no. The thought of it, me taking my clothes, oh no. They'd pay me to put them back on, wouldn't they? So we'll give you a tenner, put your clothes back on, love. You're scaring the kids. Oh dear, I ain't got fake boobs and fake eyelashes and fake mouth and oh no. And a butt implant, no. No, thank you. No. Too old and knackered. Mm. A friend of mine used to do that phone stuff. You remember when you had to dial up and somebody would talk to you? Can't say too much on here before I get banned. But you know what I mean. And she used to say she was 20 years old and all that jazz. And she was as old as me, and she used to sit there doing her knitting while she was talking to these fellas on the phone. She used to tell them she was 24 and this, that, and the other. And she had a nice voice, I must admit. She had a very young sounding voice. And she says to me, it's money for jam. She said, you should do it. I said, oh no, I couldn't. I couldn't. I'd be laughing me. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. She used to make a fortune. They were paying about £1 of something or other to, and you had to keep them on the line for ages, you know, to get your money and stuff. But men were daft though. She had her regulars that used to phone her all the time. Yeah, she used to sit there doing anything while she was talking to him. I don't know how she got into it. I got talking to her through the CB radio, because she was on the CB radio. And when I said I was short money and I went working at Asda part-time to get some money for my central eating, I mean, I was working a full-time job as well. I started working at Asda. And she said to me, oh, she said, you want to come and work with me? And I went, no, I don't think so. Joyce, she was called. But that wasn't her name when she was on the... I mean, I don't know whether they still have them now, because it's this OnlyFans stuff now, isn't it, where they want to see. But before it used to be just talking on the phone. It's probably old hat, that now. Yeah, she used to pretend to be 24 and all that. But she had a very young, breathy voice, you know. I mean, we all knew what she did for a living, like, yeah. And she used to sit there with a phone, like, in a hell. Yeah, she was. And I used to know another friend who did it from home. She used to go in another room. If she had somebody around like for a cup of coffee, she said, just a minute, I've got a phone call, I'll be back in a minute. She used to disappear into the bedroom, talking to this bloke, and then she'd come back and say, where were we? And start talking again about to her friend. Yeah, she did it from home. And I'm thinking, I couldn't do that. I couldn't keep my face straight. Yeah, she was in her 50s, well into her 50s. But she had a very, very young voice. So she did pass for being 24. 24 and blonde she was, according to... She wasn't. She was dumpy, 50, with a perm. Sat there. She was a granny, sat there doing her knitting. Yeah. I said, do they believe you? She went, yeah, of course they do. One bloke actually found out where the place was. And she went out one night to go home, and this bloke stopped her. And he said, I'm looking for, and he said her name, you know, like a made-up name. And he said, I'm looking for, you know, I want to see her and that. And she said, oh, no, sorry, look, she's gone home. Yeah, he come looking for her. Well, he came looking for a 24-year-old, didn't he? He didn't come looking for Joyce. Yeah, she said he asked for a pseudonym, like, and she went, no, she's gone home. He missed her. He said, oh, sorry. When will she be back? She said, oh, I don't know. Oh, she used to tell him what she was wearing. It was, she'd be sat there in her crimply slacks, you know, and a pullover. Obviously not telling him that was what she was wearing, you know. The thing is with OnlyFans want to have a look now, don't they? So that wouldn't work, would it, for Joyce? No. That is scary with this AI stuff, isn't it? Where they put different. Yes, she did sound 24. She could easily put it on like a breathy voice, yeah. You know, I mean, it's. Oh. But I mean, they've got a limited shelf life, haven't they? These girls on OnlyFans. What are they going to do when, you know, when they've lost it, kind of thing? You know, when they've gone. AI is awful, isn't it? They make people say things that they didn't say, don't they? They make it look real. So you can't believe what you hear, what you see on the internet anymore because it could be AI. Oh, Miriam, yeah, she's very blunt, isn't she, to the point? Yeah. She's unfiltered, isn't she? I would imagine she's a nightmare on a chat show. They never know quite what she's going to come out and say, do they? I liked her when she went up to Scotland and she was in that camper van with Alan. Was it Alan Cummins? Yeah, Alan Cummins. Oh dear. Well, I've done quite a bit tonight. I've done quite a bit. Still got a lot to go yet. I've done about halfway, I think. About halfway. She wanted it bright. She's got it bright. I think she could make a fortune as Miriam. Because she says anything that comes in her head, doesn't she? We could never get away with it. We'd get banned. You get banned off YouTube. Yeah, I watched her when she did that one in Australia as well, didn't she? Yeah, I'm off to bed now as well. Not with Trev. He's in his own bed. Just in case you're wondering, you know. I'm going to my own little lonely little bed. On me own. Thinking what I'm going to do tomorrow and probably won't do any of it. Got plans. I should go in the garage and finish sorting out that wool and stuff. But will I do it? Probably not. Ooh. I should charge my camera up, but will I do it? No, probably not. Yeah, we'll start the rumours off, Trev. We'll start the rumours. What was it saying? We used to sing when we was kids. Me in my small corner and you in yours or something. No, and me in mine. Yeah. You in your small corner and me in mine. I don't know what that was from. Something we used to sing either at Sunday school or something. Oh, can't remember. All I can remember is Jesus loves me, this I know, 'cause the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong, they are weak, but he is strong. You can tell I used to go to Sunday school, can't you? Yeah. Yeah, while they're talking about us, yeah. We don't mind the scandal, do we? I tell you, a bit of scandal at my time of life would be a wonder, wouldn't it, really? Would anybody believe it? Would you believe, No, I don't think you would you, really? I should invent an alternative life, that gets you all wondering. I don't think you'd believe it, though. Right, I'm going to go. I'm going to make myself a really racy cup of Horlicks, maybe, or maybe Ovaltine. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Nathan. Jesus bid you to shine. God, what was the Sally Alley? It's a song of the Salvation Army. I think Lily Savage used to sing that, didn't she? Pushing the boat out. Yeah, push the boat out. Wouldn't do me any good. I'd be better off coming in on one, wouldn't I? Might get put up at a hotel and get my bills paid. I'll go out on a dinghy and come back in, yeah. The only way to be these days with him giving all our money away. Tell you. Cutting that winter fuel tax will be the death of him. Be the death of him. That's what will kill it, because there is subscribers that used to vote for him and they're not going to vote for him now. My cousin was a dyed-in-the-wool Labour. Oh, Labour with this, that and the other. Every time he spoke, he was, whoa, Labour. He's resigned. He's resigned from the Labour Party. Can't stand them now. And yet for 70 years of his life, he's been a true, staunch Labour bloke. He's so funny. He's like, don't talk to me about them. I'm not, what, I've resigned. Oh, dear. Never mind. They won't get my vote. That's for sure. Right, I'm going to go now. I'm going to warm my heat pad up again and make myself an Ovaltine, and they're all the same. Doesn't matter who gets in, does it? I promise you, they're all lies. They're all liars. We will do this, we will do that, when they don't do any of it. Promise you the world, and then they get in and they don't do any of it. You can't say one party over. I'm not political anymore. I don't give a monkeys. They're all the same. And people say, who do you vote for? I go, nobody really, If there was one that was stood out that wasn't a liar, you got a chance, haven't you? But when you get to my age, you've seen it all, done it all, and heard all the claptrap, and you're thinking, nah, you're all as bad as each other. You're in it for yourselves. Yeah, they lie. It doesn't matter what country you live in, they're all the same. If you live in America, France, England, wherever, they're all the same. Lie, lie, lie. As my dad used to say, he can't lie straight in bed. Broken promises, oh God. It wouldn't be so bad if they said they'd broken the promise. They'd just deny they ever said it, and it's there on the internet, on the television for everybody to listen to and then they deny they've ever said it. Is there such a thing, Lydia, as the least bad? I'd just like one that was honest, and there isn't any. They wouldn't last 2 minutes, would they, if they were honest? Let's just face it, really. I don't think they could be a politician if they were honest. In the good old days when I was younger, you knew where you stood. There was distinct parties, and they all had distinct policies. And now they're all, you don't know who they are. And you're like, who's Reform? Who are them? Who's the Green Party? Who are them? Who are they? Don't know. Are they any better than the others? Don't know. Don't know. No. But, I don't listen to the news anymore. I don't watch it. I don't watch what's going on in America. I don't watch what's going on in England. I'm not. I've given up. Apathy. I think the word is apathy. If it's not in my little world anymore, it doesn't matter. When you're young, you think you can change the world with voting. You think, oh, if I vote this way, that way, the other way, I can change the world. I'll vote for this man and he'll do wonderful things. And then when you get to my age, you've seen it all, done it all, and heard it all, and you think, no difference, no difference. They're all the damn same. Yeah, you might as well go eeny, meeny, miny, moe, mightn't you, dear Alicia? Like that with a pin. You get in the ballot box, you might as well go close your eyes and go, was it, you think, shall I bother voting? Because if I vote, am I going to put one in that nobody likes? And, will it be my fault because I voted for him and he turns out to be a right numpty? And then you think, well, if I don't vote, you don't know. Yeah, well, it was only up the road from here. I could have practically touched the ballot box from here. I didn't bother going. I couldn't be bothered. I really couldn't be bothered. And I know it's wrong. You should. But like, you think you want to make a difference. You want your vote to count and make a difference, but it blooming doesn't. I think there's a lot of us feel the same way. I think a lot of people didn't bother. Yeah, it's the same, Janie. Why bother? Doesn't matter who gets in. They're all a load of wallies. I don't even know who ours is. Yeah, you should be able to say no confidence in any of this lot. I don't want to vote for any of these. They're all a load of wallies. Yeah, you should be able to kind of abstain and state the reason why you're abstaining. I don't want any of these parties. That's why I'm abstaining. Because none of them are, yeah. You should be able to vote no confidence in any of them, shouldn't you? I cannot vote for any of these candidates because I don't think any of them will do anything for me, I'll vote for the one who gives me back my winter fuel, who puts my pension up to the same rate as the high rate pensions, and the one who puts dipped curbs in my locality. Not much to ask, is it? Yeah, not much to ask. Dipped curbs would be an improvement. Instead of having to climb down somebody's driveway every time I go out on my scooter, or risk life and limb by trying to go down a curb and trying not to tip my scooter over. And all the wallies who park over the dip curbs. Yeah. You feel like carrying you'd get done for willful damage, but you feel like popping the tyres, don't you? When they're parked over the dips in the pavement where you're supposed to be able to go down in a wheelchair or in a scooter, and they're wallies, able-bodied people are parked over the dips. And it's illegal, it's in the house, but nobody does anything about it. I once pointed out to a policeman was walking past and I went, Rah! And he said, is anything the matter, love? I went, yeah, look at him. I said, he's parked over the dip in the curb. I said, and I can't get past. And he went, oh, yeah, right. And he just carried on walking. I said, aren't you going to do anything about it? And he went, well, no. I said, yeah. So if a copper walks past and and doesn't do anything about it. I said, it's really, really annoying. And he goes, yeah, I can see it is. And he just went on his beat and left the car there. I thought, take his number. I said, he's illegally parked, yeah. Yeah, I have to go up a street to find two driveways that are adjacent to each other, to go down one driveway and up the driveway on the other side. Sometimes you're halfway down the street before you find one. And it's blooming annoying. Because I have a big scooter, but it still won't climb curbs. It would still tip me over if I went down. But nobody thinks about that. I tell you, if you're disabled, I don't know what you're like in America, but if you're disabled in the UK, you're a nuisance. I think if Labour had its way, they'd shoot us all. You're living too long. Pension wasn't meant to be given to anybody as old as you. Well, just give me enough money to live on and I'll go away. But no, I can't have the higher rate pension because I retired about 5 years before I should have done. If they have their way, these politicians, they wouldn't give anybody any pension at all, even though they've paid into it all their life. It's not a right, they said. Not a right to have a pension, even though you paid into it all your working life. It's not your right to have a pension. It's a benefit. You get awarded it. Thank you. Why did we bother paying into it for all of the working years then? Yeah. No, sorry, mate. We paid. But now apparently, you see, what we paid for the pensioners of like our grandma's age. But there's nobody working now to pay in. No, there's no room for anything. The charity shop that I was just talking about, I can't go in it because I can't stand long enough to look at the rails, and there's no room to take I mean, there was a woman with a walker and she was knocking everything off the shelf. There's no room for a walker. There's definitely no room for even a small scooter. Between the rails, you couldn't get in. So I go in and I get fed up after about 2 rails because I can't stand. I've got my walking stick and that's it. And they don't put things in sizes. They put things in colours. So all the sizes are jumbled up. So if you say you want a yellow top or something, you go to the yellow. You still got to go all the way along it to find your size. So, you know, by the time I've done that, my back's going, ee! So I have to go out, you know. And I said to the woman, you know, I said, it would be much more helpful, I said, if you had them in sizes. And she said, oh, no, it's not our policy. Our policy is to do them in colours. I said, yeah, but if you did them in colours, you could still start with the small at one end and work your way up to the big at the other end. And then at least people would know what they're looking for. Oh, no, she said, we don't do that. Yeah, right. Okay, fine. Some people like doing that sort of thing, but I don't. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to warm my heat pad up. It's really weird. It's got a little heat pad inside. Inside its little fluffy cover that needs a wash, actually. So I shall put that in, the heat pad in, warm it up again, and make myself a drink and go to bed. So I shall see you all next week. I probably will not make a video in the middle of the week. Even though I do intend to sometimes. I could show you my garden. I could show me yard, my courtyard. Yeah. I want my stomach settled down now. It's probably had its moment of glory, so it's probably going to... I'll put my heat pad on my belly, though, just to be on the safe side. Right, okay, good night, all. And I shall see you all whenever. And if anybody's bought me a coffee, then thank you very much. Bye for now.